Chinese utes had a difficult start to life in Australia, with some models criticised for compromising on engineering and safety. But the LDV T60 promises to be different.
LDV has won plenty of support for its commercial vans in Australia, so it's no surprise to find it taking on the lucrative ute market. Built by China's SAIC Group, the T60 is imported into Australia by Atico, the same mob that handles Maserati. Forget any notion of this machine being some kind of inferior death trap in the safety stakes. It's just been tested by ANCAP and came up shining, earning a 5-star safety score with more points than some big-name favourites in the ute segment. LDV offers two versions of the T60, the work-biased Pro and the lifestyle-focused Luxe. Both models are powered by a 2.8-litre 4-cylinder diesel engine with 110 kilowatts of power and 360 Nm of torque, fairly modest outputs for this class. They both drive all 4 wheels through 6-speed manual or automatic transmissions. Priced from $28,990 drive away for ABN holders in basic manual form, the Auto adds another $2,000 on top of that, making the T60 one of the most affordable models in this segment. If you want more toys, the Luxe manual costs $32,990 drive away for businesses, with metallic paint available for an additional $500. Unlike most rivals, it has a 5-year, 130,000 kilometre warranty that includes a replacement loan car if repairs for your machine are required.
On the inside, the LDV has plenty of toys to play with, including this massive 10-inch touchscreen loaded up with a reversing camera, as well as Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity. That is a bonus for this segment. On the negative side, the seats are very flat, offering little support when you're heading off-road, and some of the fit and finish elements are well below the best in this class.
We tested the T60 on its media launch near Bathurst, running on country roads with high speed limits and taking it for some light off-roading on gravel near Oberon. LDV did not offer a chance to drive the car with weight in the back. We'll have to see how it handles a load when it comes through the drive garage.
Out on the road, the LDV starts to lose some of its appeal. The car that we're driving now is the T60 Luxe. It's a car that's pitched at families and weekend warriors, and as such, it's not designed with suspension that's intended to be used for heavy weights every day. And that means it's a bit softer on the road, and you might be able to see, but when we hit a bump, it takes this car quite a while to right itself. It doesn't have anything like the composure of something like a Ford Ranger or a Volkswagen Amarok. It really does feel a bit half-baked in the suspension department. I'd say a similar thing of the engine as well. This is not a particularly strong motor. It's only got 110 kilowatts of power and not a massive amount of torque either. In the real world, it feels quite strained. It doesn't want to rev, it doesn't really want to pull too hard, and the automatic transmission can be confused at times, hunting around somewhat for a gear. Driveline is not a strong point for the T60. We took the car off-road and found that it had a reasonable amount of ability in some light gravel conditions. The car has a 4-wheel drive high and a 4-wheel drive low mode that can take you into some interesting places, as well as a clever electronic locking limited slip differential that comes into effect on its own. There's no button for you to press, it just does its own thing, and it seems to get you where you need to go.
Our first impressions of the T60 are mixed. On one hand, it's a cheap, safe and reasonably attractive ute with plenty of gear. On the other hand, the driving experience doesn't deliver what you should expect from a new dual-cab ute in 2017. LDV hopes to sort that out, investigating the possibility of locally tuned suspension and a more powerful motor. Whichever way you call it, this is certainly a Chinese ute of a different kind.